Hi Jagdish, how are you?
Yeah, Suresh, I'm good.
Yeah, so today I'm going to take your interview. It's your first L1 round. Okay.
Okay,
And this interview is completely about automation testing
okay,
with Selenium and manual testing. And also I will ask you some API questions. Okay.
yeah, right.
This section will be recorded. Will it be fine for you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing.
Yes, great. Let's start with the interview.
Yeah,
So I hope you work with Java, right?
yeah, I'm good with Java.
Okay. Can you please explain about yourself?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, first thing, good afternoon. My name is Jagdish, and I have total 7 years of experience in manual testing and automation testing and API testing. I was working agile methodology where we have sprint planning, sprint review meeting, and sprint retrospective meeting. So coming to manual testing, we are doing smoke testing, sanity testing, and testing, regression testing, and other testing also. So we use tool called Zira for manual test case writing and bug raising. And coming to automation testing, we are writing automation test cases by Selenium with Java with BDD framework. So I have also worked with TestNG framework where we have folders like POM, page object model it is, and test cases, reports, and test data utilities like that. And also we are using Git and GitHub for pulling and pushing the code. And we are using Jenkins for running automation test cases on daily basis. Yeah, I think that's all about me.
Okay, good. Good to hear that you have lot of tools in our bucket.
Yeah,
Selenium, Java, Jenkins, TestNG framework.
yeah.
Okay, have you ever worked with the BDD framework with Selenium?
Yes, I have worked with the BDD framework. Selenium.
Okay, great. Okay, BDD completely you worked in. How many years you worked in? How you have told me you have 7 years of experience, right?
Yeah.
Out of 7 years, how many years into especially in BDD?
BD, particularly BD, I have a total 2 years of experience completely.
Okay, you have total 2 years experience in
So
BDD.
yes, professional.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let me ask you one question regarding to the BDD. Okay. So where did you add, so for example, you have all the dependencies, right?
Yeah,
Where did you add all your dependencies generally? Okay, you'll add all the dependencies in form.xml file, right?
okay.
While working with the BDD. So you have a feature files, right, in BDD framework.
Yes, we have.
You write a scenarios, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between scenario and a scenario outline?
Yeah, okay. Basically, a scenario, you will write steps by using keyword like given, when, then. This scenario will be executed only line by line, like that. Only one time. Scenario outline means scenario outline will be executed multiple times based on data we are giving under example. If we have given 3 usernames and 3 passwords under example, it will execute 3 times.
Okay, great. Okay, can you please tell me what are the Selenium locators you used in your automation?
Yeah, the Selenium locators are nothing but like ID, name, XPath, class, and also CSS selector and tag name, and also link text, partial link text. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, can you please tell me as a tester what are the you done manual testing and automation testing, right?
Yeah,
Can you please tell me what are the challenges you faced as an automation test engineer?
yeah, okay. Yeah, the challenge automation challenges are handle like I face like handle dynamic elements and handling text data and parallel execution. And like handling dynamic elements, nothing but like elements which are dynamic might get a chance every time, right? To overcome this, we use XPath with methods like contains, starts with, and ends with, like that. So we overcome dynamic elements like this by handling test data and test data, like test data. Okay, test data is to test data. Test data which is different from environment to environment. So test data is large sometimes, like using external data files like Excel sheets and JSON, and we have overcome test data issue. So that.
Okay. So, okay, that's okay. So, can you please tell me, when you're working with a Selenium, right?
Okay.
You might be encounter different kinds of exceptions, right?
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
you please name some of the exception you have got in your Selenium?
Yeah, some of the exceptions I got in Selenium, like no such element exception, like time of exception, state fail element reference exception and element intercepted exceptions. I think these are the exceptions I have failed in Selenium.
Okay, how will you handle these exceptions whenever you get exceptions? How will you handle it? Can you please tell me?
Yeah, basically we can handle exceptions depending on the type of exceptions. For example, no such element exception can be handled by updating locator. So steal element exception can be handled by using try and catch block and adding explicit wait. So we usually handle exceptions by using try and catch block and handling some waits like implicit wait and explicit wait. Yeah, I think it's
Okay. You have a drop downs, right? When you're working with Selenium, you might come across drop downs, right?
yeah, problem.
So can you please tell me how will you handle drop downs?
Okay, basically, okay, handling problems. By using select class, we have to create object for select class, and then we have to use object dot select by value and select by visible text. By using these methods, we can handle drop-downs. Drop-downs, yeah.
Okay, okay. Can you please tell me how to handle alerts? I mean, you have alerts, right? Pop-ups.
Yeah,
So how will you handle it?
yeah. Basically, to handle it, we can use like driver dot switch to alert to accept and method for clicking on OK button like that. And also we can use driver dot switch to alert dismiss method for clicking on cancel button.
Okay. Have you used object-oriented program in your automation?
Yeah, I have used the object-oriented loops concept.
Okay. Can you please tell me what is exactly how many types are there? What are the concepts you use?
Okay.
Just explain the OOPS concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, in loops concept, we have inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction, right? So basically, should I explain in detail?
Yeah. Explain only about inheritance and explain each topic, what exactly it will do.
Yeah, basically inheritance nothing but we have a parent class methods and parent class are used in the child class, so it's called inheritance.
What is encapsulation?
Yeah, encapsulation is nothing but like hiding the data. To hide the data in Java, we should use private keyword.
What is abstraction?
Yeah, we have okay abstraction. We have abstract class. In that abstract class, we have abstract methods. These abstract methods will be implemented in child class. It's called abstraction.
What is polymorphism?
Okay, we have a method overloading and method overriding the polymorphism. So coming to discuss about method overloading and method overriding, we have a parent class. The class have some methods with different arguments. It is called method overloading.
Okay, what is method overriding?
Okay, we have a parent class and child class. Method in the parent class is overridden in child class. So it's called method override.
Okay, great. What is the framework you use in your automation?
Okay, in my automation, I use the framework called PyTest. PyTest framework I have used.
PyTest with Python, right? You know Python also, right?
Yeah, it's correct.
Okay. So, okay, can you explain me like your framework, what you have done in your framework? What are the components is there in your framework? I just want to understand basic you. Just explain me your automation framework. Any programming language is fine.
Okay.
You work with Selenium, with Java, Selenium with Python, right?
Yeah, Python.
You just explain me any kind of framework, either with Python or Java. It's fine for me. You can explain me the framework.
Yeah, okay, then I'll go through the Python. So coming to automation framework, we are using Selenium with Python with PyTest framework, where we have different folders like page object model, it's called POM, right? Test cases, test data, utilities, and reports. So coming to page object model, here we create classes and write locators in the classes and create methods for that locators. We will call those methods into test cases whenever it is required. So coming to test cases, we are writing actual test cases in the test cases where we are using Selenium with Python with PyTest framework. So coming to test data, where we are maintaining tested data in test data folder and using test cases whenever it is required. So utility is nothing but like we are creating one base class where we write like a method like handling drop-downs, alerts, explicit evade. Those methods are using in the test cases whenever it is required. So once test cases writing is completed, we run that test cases, it will generate the report. So we can't be using the earlier report.
Okay, okay, great. Can you please, okay, its framework is all is okay. So can you explain me, uh, you use right list all these things. What is the differences between the list and set?
Okay. Basically, in list we can add elements, delete elements, and update elements. List will accept all types of variables like integer, strings, and also list will also allow duplicates. So, and one more thing you have asked me what?
Set. So
Yeah.
can you explain me set?
Okay. In set we can add elements and we can delete elements. In set that data is not in order, so set will not allow duplicates. So it will be used when we are handling window because we won't want duplicate sets. So that's it.
Okay, okay, okay. How will you handle window handles? You have right. We have multiple tabs and you do window handles, right?
Okay.
How will you handle multiple windows in Selenium with Java? Can you please explain me?
Okay, handling multiple windows in Java by using driver dot get window handles method. It will return all windows. So we will store in a set all those things first, and then we use loop, and then by using driver dot switch to window, we can switch to the required window. Like this, we can handle multiple windows in Java.
Okay, okay. Can you please tell me the differences between find element and find elements?
Okay, sorry. Fine.
Find element differences.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming to find element, we are using find element to deal with one element. So if you find element, it will return single web element. So if you don't find element, you will get exception has no such element exception. So coming to find elements, we are using find elements to deal with multiple elements. So if you find elements, it will return list of web elements. So if you don't find element, you will get a return type has empty list. I think yeah, that's all.
Okay, okay, great. Can you so you are done API testing also?
Yeah, I'm done with the API.
Okay. So in API testing, what are the status codes you got generally?
Okay, generally in API testing, we got status codes like 200, 201, 400, 403, 401, 404, 500, series like that.
What are the API methods? I mean, in API testing you used?
Okay. The methods are like a get request, put request, post request, and delete request, patch request. Yeah, these are the methods, I think.
Okay. What is the 401 error code?
Okay, 401 error code is basically authentication error. So whenever we send request, if you give wrong username or wrong password, we will get 401 authentication error. I think.
What is 403?
Yeah, okay. 403 is authorization error. So it is also called forwarding error. So whenever we send request, if you give correct username and password, we'll get 403 authorization error when we don't have access to services.
Okay. Okay, okay. So can you please tell me what is what is 404 error? Just tell me what is error.
Okay, is no found error. 404 is error, no found error.
Do you mean not found error?
Yeah, not found error.
Okay, that's fine. What is 500?
It's internal server error. I know.
Okay, that's fine. Can you tell me the differences between the put request and post request?
Okay. The post request, in post request, we have to give body and then we send the post request. It will create a new data in server. So after that, we verify status code, body headers and dependencies, API requirement. So coming to put request, in put request, we will give a body and then we send put request. It will update the existing data in the server. I think that's.
Okay, in API testing, that's fine. So, okay, one more question I have in API testing.
Okay.
So, what are the different kinds of authentications you have used in your API testing?
Like authentication, basic authentication, token authentication, API authentication, like we use these type of authentications.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me what is the global variable in API testing?
Okay, global variable can be used in any collection or request. For example, instead of typing the base URL again and again, you can store it in a variable. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Okay, that one final question, Jagdish.
Okay.
So you have told me that you have used different kinds of authentications, right?
Yeah.
API key authentication and token authentication,
Yes.
and also, okay, how to generate the token? What is the criteria you have to use to generate the token?
Okay. Right. To generate the token, we have to send post request where we have to provide URL, username and password, and then send request. It will get response where we have token. So that token we can use for sending request.
Okay, great. One more final question.
Okay.
What is the differences, between the absolute XPath and relative XPath?
Okay. Absolute XPath. Yeah. Absolute XPath start with single slash. Absolute XPath will traverse from parent to child. So, but it won't traverse from child to parent. So, coming to relative XPath start with double slash. Relative XPath will traverse from parent to child, and also it can traverse from child to parent.
Okay. What is the what is the difference between driver dot close and driver dot quit? Can you please tell me the difference between driver dot close and driver dot quit?
Okay. Okay. Driver dot close. It will close the current window which is open and we are working on it. So coming to discuss driver dot quit, it will close all the tabs which are open. I think yeah.
Okay, nice discussion, Jagdish. So you have one more round if we get shortlisted in this round.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so can you please, uh, before closing this round, so probably HR will get back to you.
Yeah.
So before closing this interview, so do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. I think it was nice talking with you. And if I get selected, what will be my next schedule for 90 days?
Yes. Jagdish, I'm not sure about it. HR will update you.
Okay.
But this project is completely related to the healthcare domain.
Okay.
So if you get selected, you will be working with the automation testing with the Selenium, programming language, anything, either Python or Java.
Yeah.
And also you are required to work on the API testing,
Okay.
API testing with the Postman. Okay.
Okay.
There might be chances you will get an opportunity also to working on the API testing with REST assured. It means automation testing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So API testing, it might not start. So they won't start immediately as soon as you join.
Okay.
It may take time. So initially you will be onboarded. Once you get selected, you will be asked to work on the automation testing as well as the manual testing. I hope you worked in agile methodology, right?
Yeah. I have a great experience in agile methods.
Okay, they will ask you write a story, or they will ask you to write a manual test cases.
Okay.
First, for that manual test cases, you need to write a automation test cases.
Yeah.
Here we are following the sprint meeting, which is for the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, they will give the stories in sprint meeting. That for that stories, we need to write a manual test cases.
Okay.
Once manual test case execution is completed, you have to write a automation test cases. So we are using any kind of programming language, that is up to you, your choice. You can use, okay, either with Java or Python, anything is fine.
Okay.
Okay, HR will get back to you.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you.